Down, Betty Lou. Down, Betty. Step, step. Oh, sorry. Ooh, this is embarrassing. You're probably saying to yourself, what in the world is J.J. Wilson doing? Well, I was beating a dead horse. You're saying to yourself, what do you mean? Well, let me please tell you what I mean when I say I was beating a dead horse. It's an expression that means you're overdoing something. Happens in our world, both on the director, producer, too many people in the room creating a spot with you side, and also when you're doing auditions, which is what I was just working on. I was working on a 30-second audition, and I looked at the clock and realized 27 minutes had gone by that I'd been working on this spot. And so I decided to stop and go back and listen to take 2, and you know what? That's the one I sent. Take 35 was lovely. My voice was tired. I needed a nap. Sometimes you can just read these things too much, especially in the audition part of it. I booked a session the other day. The guy called me after I did the audition, and he said, that's exactly what I heard in my head. So that's what you're going for. And it's like stabbing in the dark. Good luck. It's a chance in a million, but it happens. You know, you book them. It's wonderful, but you don't need to spend 27 minutes on a spot for an audition, because they're going to know in the first 10 seconds whether they want to continue to listen to you anyway. And of course, the same thing happens on the other end. After you book the spot, you call up the go-to-meeting number and you say, hi, J.J. Wilson, I'm ready for the recording, and you expect one person on the other end. No, sometimes there's 6. Really, I'm not kidding. Which is fine. It makes it a little bit more difficult. You've heard another expression, too many chefs. Well, you know, you do the first read, and 2 of them go, God, that was great. And 2 of them go, oh, well, and the other 2 go, I thought it was okay. And then you sit here and you go, okay, I've got to please 3 different sets of groups of people. How am I going to do that? And so you stay calm, and you ask them lots of questions. So where would you like me to go with this? But anyway, just an example, I was doing a session the other day. It was a 60, a 30, a 15, and a 10 radio spot. I did 19, not kidding, takes of the 60, 14 takes of the 30, not kidding. I think it was 9 takes of the 15 and 7 takes of the 10. And when we got done with that, it was about an hour and 10 minutes in, and the producer said, all right, now that you're warmed up, and I immediately jumped in and said, you know what? It's 3:30. I was already warmed up before we started the session, in as nice a voice as I possibly could, because I was. You know, this is what I do. But he said, let's go back and do the 60 again. And I paused. I just paused. My lip was bleeding, and so was my tongue from biting it, but I paused, and I said, are you sure? It's kind of like beating a dead horse. We've done that one so many times that I'm sure that, you know, you can piece together one spot from 19. And he went, yeah, you're probably right. So just be careful. Sometimes you have no control over it when there are clients involved. And sometimes you do. When you're doing the auditions, don't overthink it. It's... Most of the time, it's the guy will say, yeah, that's what I heard in my head, or the lady will say, that's exactly what I heard in my head. Yeah, that's exactly it. So, you know, you're trying to do this and change this one word to give it more emphasis and everything. Go with your gut. If you think it's good enough, it probably is. And that is today's fairy tale from VoiceGurus.com, voiceover gurus, us, me and Linda and the gang. So... well, I hope you have a good day, and now give me 35 takes of that audition or else.